Doctors, I've seen CME providers aggressively pitching this to hardworking physicians. Hey, spend a week in the Bahamas and write off $10,000 in flights and hotel and meals just by watching our online course from your beach chair. Listen up, guys. You know the rule. If something sounds too good to be true, it usually is. And this is a great example. Those travel expenses will likely be disallowed by the IRS if you're audited. I'm Dr. Taxtor. Let's get into it. I've actually spoke with one of these online destination CME providers, a guy who happens to be a physician himself. He genuinely believed that flights and hotels were deductible business expenses. And honestly, I felt bad for him because I think he's going to get himself into real trouble soon. And let me explain why the scheme won't work. The key word is online. To deduct business travel, Section 162A2 requires you to be away from home in pursuit of your trade or business. But the online course requires you to be physically nowhere in particular. You can stream it from your kitchen. So here's the problem. If you flew to the Bahamas to watch that online CME because you wanted to be in Bahamas, not because the education required you to be there, the IRS will call the flight and hotel expenses personal, not business. And personal expenses are not deductible under Section 262. And even if the CME vendor hands you a letter implying your travel is deductible, that letter means nothing. They're not your tax pro. A marketing claim is not tax authority. It does not convert a personal trip into a business deduction. Now the CME fee itself, it's a different story. If the course maintains and improves the skills of your current medical practice, or it is required to keep your license, the fee is generally deductible if it runs through your practice. But that does not make your vacation travel deductible. Flying somewhere to take an online course is not necessary to get the education. And compare that to a real in-person conference where you're physically in the room with the instructor and the trip is primarily for business. There, your travel can potentially be deductible subject to other rules. The difference is you're there because business requires it. So hear this clearly. Enjoy the Bahamas if you're going for a vacation, but just don't assume the flight and hotel expenses will hold up in an audit when the course was online and could have been taken from your kitchen chair. If the vendor is selling you the deduction as a reason to go, that's a major red flag. I'm Dr. Taxtor. Don't fall for an amateur tax scheme like this and save yourself an unnecessary headache.